Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Friday, June 25th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the solar plexus chakra and guided by space. And it is the day following the full moon. And as we know, we feel those energies of the full moon very strongly within really a 3-day window. So the day before, the day of, and the day after. And of course, we are building up to and then releasing from those energies surrounding that as well. So really, we feel it longer than that, but we feel the intensity of it during that 3-day window. So we're very much feeling that still. I'm going to get in more into that with the astrology of the different ways that the astrology today is helping us to integrate all of that. And I do want to thank everyone who joined the full moon releasing ceremony last night. It was a lot of fun. It's always a beautiful experience to be able to share those energies with all of you. For any of you who did not catch that but were thinking about it or wanted to, the replay is still available. And so just shoot me an email if that's something that you are interested in. All right, so the galactic signature for today is the red spectral Skywalker energy. And this is a really cool energy. This is really the energy of the sage. It's the energy of the shaman, the one that walks between worlds. And so we have that opportunity today to really tap into that aspect of ourselves, to employ wakefulness and awareness today, to explore the inner and the outer realms, and to really allow this process of the dissolution, the dissolving of anything that no longer serves us. This is an energy that really calls us to step into the unknown. It's an energy that calls us to reinvent ourselves, to transcend any of our limitations. And really, it's like a phoenix kind of energy in some ways. So I enjoy this signature. It's one that's it's difficult to even describe or explain the energy of it, right? It's almost like the energy of the unexplainable, but it is the energy of the prophet and the messenger. And so we're really being called to tap in, to tune in, to pay attention to those messages that we are receiving from spirit, from higher consciousness, and to share and translate those as well, and to put those into practice in our lives. The affirmations for today are: I dissolve in order to explore, releasing wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. And the secondary affirmation is: I am Ben Skywalker. I am your messenger of the light. I give to you the ability to travel through time and space. And the guidance is to focus on sharing sacred messages to unite heaven and earth, face challenges and grow. Find empowerment in fluid reference points. Actively participate in creating the new future. And from the Astro Dream Advisor, we have: Red Skywalker is the Skywalker, the time-space traveler who can jump dimensions to assist you in realizing heaven on earth. Red Skywalker is unlimited in form, but often chooses the form of the angelic messenger. A person who embodies cosmic wisdom may be known as a Skywalker, sage, or bodhisattva. When others see such light in human form, they feel the vibration of heaven. This vibration may be embodied by you or experienced with a guru master, an energy such as Red Skywalker, or in a chance encounter with an extraordinary person. And so we may experience those things today. An encounter with the energy of Red Skywalker can spark a deep yearning within you for reunion with the source. Yet from this place of love and compassion, you also have a desire embodied in physical form to serve the light. This is the place in you that has the courage to fully express unconditional love, the depths of your being. Red Skywalker asks you to live the new myth by bringing this heaven to earth in your daily life. As this reality is lived, it touches and awakens the same truth in others. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Red Skywalker represents balance in your life. Not static balance, but a dynamic equilibrium that includes both your present expression and your starseed self. In Red Skywalker's starglyph, you see the pillars of heaven don't appear to touch the earth. You are the element that appears to be missing in the starglyph. You are the one whose expression of the light assists in drawing the pillars of heaven to earth. Joining these pillars in yourself can be viewed as reuniting your male and female aspects. Together in balance, we create the pillars of the etheric temples of heaven on earth. The natural state of every system moves toward balance that is fluid and free, as in dance. That balance is experienced differently by each person, but it often brings a sense of steadiness or centeredness, even in the midst of movement and change. When you are dancing, you can use your very state of imbalance to create the fluidity of the dance. And with this spectral tone today, this is all about change, disintegration, letting go, stripping away complexity, moving to simplicity. And so this is really beautiful and really perfect in the wake of this full moon, which is so much about releasing and letting go and welcoming in the new, right? Because there's a lot of new energy, even with the full moon, that is coming in right now. But there's also a lot that we're being asked to release to make space for that. And this energy is all about space. So how perfect is that as well? It says 11 is the ray of dissonance, the foundation of self combined with the foundation of essence self, catalyzed by the point of unity. 11 is the process of disintegration, stripping away the layers down to your core essence. Unity, the great illuminator, is transforming patterns and structures, freeing you from things that no longer serve your emerging wholeness. Look through the surface appearance of your process. Let complexity dissipate, becoming the blessing of simplicity. With the spectral tone of 11, cherished ideals, beliefs, and images of all kinds are being brought up for you to re-examine, illuminate, and transform. Examine what appears dissonant in your life. Let go. Embrace the disintegration process without resisting or judging it. The rigid walls of your resistance are being broken down. Going through your resistances and boundaries prepares a space for greater wisdom. You are becoming an open system. Anything that defines you is being stripped away. Expect clearing and change. As your facade crumbles and your walls come tumbling down, the true illumination of self bursts through. And the astrology today is pretty interesting. In the wake of this full moon, we have a lot going on. We still have the moon in Capricorn. And we have the moon squaring Chiron today. And Chiron is making a couple more interesting aspects. A sextile to Mercury and an exact sextile to Saturn. And so it's feeling as though, and this is probably something that was stirred up by the full moon, if it hasn't come completely into your consciousness yet, there's something wanting to come into our consciousness today that is wanting to be healed, that is wanting to be illuminated, that's wanting to be acknowledged. And so it's allowing this to filter into our consciousness. So today may be a day where we want to take some time to just sit in meditation and be open to whatever it is that's trying to come through. Ask, what is trying to come through for my highest healing right now? What is wanting to be healed? What is crying out inside of me to be healed? And really allow that, the information and the understanding of that to filter through into the conscious mind. We also have, let me see, yes, we have true black moon conjunct the north node, and we have Juno conjunct the south node. And this makes, of course, true black moon opposing Juno. And this is, they're all within a couple degrees, so it's not an exact lineup, but it's definitely close enough that we're feeling these energies. And so this is really interesting because all of these bodies are also in retrograde right now. So we're really looking with this Juno conjunct the South Node energy at the past, at past relationships, past partnerships. And this is like the really solid partnerships. This isn't like the guy you met on Tinder that you had a relationship with for 2 weeks or something like that. This is like the guy that you thought you were going to marry, or that you did marry. It's that kind of energy, or possibly for those who are in relationships that you are married to. And so you're noticing, and there's just a lot of that past energy coming in, where we're thinking about those past relationships and partnerships and connections. It doesn't have to be romantic partners. It could also be business partners. Anyone that we were closely partnered with, really, maybe even really close friendships for some people, although Juno does typically represent marriage. So a lot of this is going to have to do with that. But we're all different, and there's different ways that this energy will be surfacing. And with true black moon conjunct the north node, this is where we're really noticing and we're paying attention to where in our relationships we felt restricted, We felt as though we had to repress or suppress some aspect of ourselves. And where it is that we're now wanting to liberate ourselves, where it is that we're wanting to set ourselves free, and where it is that we're wanting to feel free in our relationships and our partnerships with others. So we're paying attention to that. We're noticing that. We're possibly paying attention to patterns around that, and that may be one of those things that's been kind of shaken loose by that full moon, that's wanting to be released. What else do we have going on here? I think that that's pretty much the bulk of it. What I noticed as I was going through, yes, and the T-square between Mars, Uranus, and Saturn. So we have that going on as well. And this is really interesting in wake of the full moon too, because this is, the way that I'm feeling this is energy is, whatever has been illuminated to us, whatever it is that we've come to realize that needs to change, if we're not willing to make that change, today is going to feel really uncomfortable, because today is really pushing us to take the action necessary to evolve past whatever energies came up into our consciousness that were asking us to evolve. And we do have that exact square of Uranus and Saturn involved in this T-square. This is the second of 3 exact squares that Uranus and Saturn make throughout 2021. And I did do a video on those. If you go to the Astrological Ascension Energies playlist, there was a video talking about this relationship, this square between Uranus and Saturn. And that exacted on the 14th, actually, of this month, but it's still exact right now. And then they move a little bit out of orb, but they're mostly in orb for most of 2021, but we feel their energies more intensely when they move back into this exact squaring position. And so that is the energy of change. That is change, the old versus the new. And so we're really looking at that energy today a lot. What is the old energy that's wanting to be released? What is the new energy that's wanting to come in? And where are we feeling that resistance? Where are we not wanting to shift or not wanting to change? Where are we feeling blocked, or where are we actually, in all likelihood, blocking ourselves? And how can we switch our perspective? How can we, with Saturn involved here too, right? How can we learn the lesson so that that block can, it's like those blocks naturally dissolve once we learn the lesson. It's really funny and interesting how that works, isn't it? All right, so, okay, I think we're going to pull some, pull from the Seers Tarot today. What guidance do we have for today, June 25th, the day after the full moon? What guidance do we have for today? Okay. So we have the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. So this is kind of exactly what we were talking about, right? That going within today, that meditation, that exploring within or without, but really exploring within, going into those internal realms today, having this awakening that we're in the process of, where we're noticing and paying attention to what it is that we're holding on to, right? Where are we holding on to something too tightly? Where are we seeking to control? And as a result, actually experiencing the opposite of that, which is this feeling of being out of control, right? The more we try to control something, the more challenging it becomes. And so this in and of itself may be a realization that people are having today. What are you holding on to? Yep, that's so funny. I started trying to put it back in and it popped out more strongly, the Hierophant. Right, so this is Taurus energy, and the Hermit being Virgo energy, of course. But this is, so a lot of Earth energy in the major arcana here. But this is enlightenment, right? Look at the joy on this guy's face. And he's not even all the way up the ladder yet, right? He's chilling. And so it's like he is so comfortable where he's at. That's one thing that I'm really getting from this. He's so comfortable where he's at. He knows that there's still a staircase to climb. And look at that beautiful light up at the top there. But he's not worried. He's not stressing because he's not there yet. He's completely content exactly where he is. And so that's a big message I'm feeling coming through for us too. Is we're being looked at where we are hoarding, right? This card always, especially this description here, it reminds me of hoarding. Where are we holding on to things? Where are we hoarding things? Where are we operating from a place of lack or scarcity, or just of not being willing to let go or release something that's wanting to be release. But then we have this energy of really coming to an appreciation for where we're at, accepting where we are at in our journey right now, and not trying to be anywhere else, right? In this card, he is fully present. He is fully rooted and centered where he is, and he is absolutely loving it. He is appreciating the journey, and he's just, he's joyful. He's joyful. He's relaxed. He's not worried. He knows that there's more. He knows that there's still more to go, right? More to come. But he's not focused on that. He's focused on where he is right now and experiencing the joy and the bliss in that place. And that is what leads to enlightenment. That is enlightenment, right? And then we have the Eight of Cups and the King of Wands. So the Eight of Cups, of course, is the energy of walking away. So this is that guidance coming through saying it's time to leave whatever is not serving you. It's time to be honest about whatever is not serving you and to walk away. And it's interesting because in this Eight of Cups, we don't see 8 cups. There's some stuff going on in the water, which almost makes you think that some of the cups have sunk into the bottom. But really, when we look at this, we see this 1 cup. So that's really fascinating. It's like, and it looks very inviting. However, look at this beautiful light that she's walking towards. And so this is, I think, for a lot of us right now, it's that energy of leaving behind, and especially with the King of Wands here, right? Which I think is the sexiest tarot card I've ever seen. Like, every time that I look at this guy, I'm just like, you know? So it's that energy of, yeah, walking away from something that's very tempting, something that we really don't want to walk away from. It's like leaving behind some sort of pleasure that isn't good for us is what I'm feeling. Some sort of temptation, some sort of pleasure that looks good on the outside, but doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good on the inside. And is not supporting our spiritual growth in favor of something that's going to grow us more spiritually. It's that energy of sacrifice. So we're really being asked to let go of those vices, those temptations, those things that are bright and shiny on the outside, but actually dim our vibration, no matter how tempting they may be. So that's interesting. And then we have the Ace of Cups and the Hanged Man coming out. So this is also shifting of perspectives here, right? I'm really feeling this shift of perspective as shifting into a heart-centered perspective. I feel like there are major heart transmissions coming through for people today. Major heart transmissions coming through for people today. So the more we can get into that open space, the more, Christ, we have the Hermit, we have the Hierophant, we have the Hanged Man, with the Ace of Cups, and all of these cards are just radiating light. There's light radiating from somewhere. Even in the Eight of Cups, there's light radiating. And so it's really this energy, there's incredible illumination available to us today. And the more that we can open up and we can look at things from that heart-centered perspective, the easier it's going to be to navigate and move through these energies. The easier it's going to be to make the choices that are right for us, right for our souls, right? It's like we're being asked to move away from instant gratification. That's the word that I was looking for. We're being asked to move away from instant gratification, to move out of this hoarding energy, this scarcity energy, this holding on and not being willing to release energy. This energy of being dissatisfied with where we are on our journey and always feeling like we need to be more, we need to have more, we need to experience more than what we have right now. And we're being asked to really open up our heart center and be open to the transmissions wanting to come through in that heart center today. To the ways that our heart is trying to shift our perspective, yeah, and then that's the illumination, that's the download. right? The Ace of Wands in this deck always reminds me of downloads. Third eye activation. Heart activation, third eye activation. Solar plexus for some. There's that solar plexus energy too. Yeah. All right, let's see. Do I want to pull any final? We're going to pull a couple Keepers of the Light cards to close here. Clear. Any final guidance for today or support coming through for today? And so we have Joan of Arc, Voice of Truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. And then we have Jwal Cool, Dharma Unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Right? And along the way, stop and smell the roses. And then Awakening Presence, El Moria on the bottom of the deck. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And so with these two cards here, this is really, your Dharma is unfolding right now, right? Your life path is unfolding, but you're not going to walk it all. You're not going to walk a mile in a minute. So like, slow down, enjoy the journey, trust that you are on your path, and know that everything is unfolding perfectly for you. And for many, your Dharma, your path, the path that is unfolding, your life path, your purpose, a lot of it has to do with you speaking truth, you sharing truth. There's something that you have to say that is important. And the speaking of it, it's, your life path is very tied up and tied into this energy of speaking speaking truth, of sharing. I'm really being drawn to the lilies in this picture right now. I don't know if those are going to be significant for somebody. I want to pull actually a couple intuitive oracles to go with this Joan of Arc card here. Tell me, clear. Let's get more on this Joan of Arc card. So we have the swans, interesting. We have the mortar and pestle, and we have the firefly. Ooh, firefly, that is great energy. Self-discovery, soul spark, magic, illumination, chemistry, light codes. Someone exceptional. And that coming out with the swans, which is soulmate, twin flame, deep soul connection. That's powerful energy to be combined together. And the mortar and pestle, which is all about alchemy, spell work, making things, changing things from one form to another, right? Yeah, so there's something about, somebody needs to speak their truth. When it comes to love, somebody needs to speak their truth. Or speaking your truth for some is what's going to call in this love. So perhaps there are people that need to walk away from relationships that aren't serving them anymore, and they just haven't wanted to speak that or admit that. But there's there's this great love and magic that's wanting to come to you when you do. It's like there's an elephant in the room that's just not being acknowledged, and that elephant needs to be acknowledged. Yeah. For others of you, it's just something to do with as you release these fears of persecution, and as you step more deeply into yourself and you speak your truth, like, that's going to attract this energy somehow. Whether they're going to hear your message and it's going to resonate and it's going to draw them in, or just your energy as you become more confident and as you step more into your light is going to draw them in. I don't really know. There's just something there. Yeah, something there. Something with the voice. It's like, I feel for some, it's like your voice is going to activate them, or their voice is going to activate you. That's interesting. Yeah, so there's just a lot of energy with that. That's not what I expected to come from the voice, from the clarification there, but yeah. Yeah, it's something activating in the voice. that's going to spark something, a recognition in someone. And it's also going to, your soul energy is in order for your soul energy to continue to grow and to progress, it's so important for you to speak the things that you need to speak. To be brave, to come out in that way. Yeah. Yeah, and with the Tower on the bottom of the deck here, it's like the institutions may not like what you have to say. It may feel as you speak your truth that you're sort of you're isolating yourself, or you will be alone. Like the people in your life will separate. Some of them will separate from you because they won't like what it is that you're having to say. However, that's making space for much more compatible energy to come in. And it's leading you down your path of Dharma. And allowing that path to continue to unfold. And then on the bottom of the deck here, which I also just want to throw out, we have with the Awakening Presence card. This is that energy that we were talking about, is care for your energy deeply. Your energy is shifting. Our energy is in a major period of flux right now as our vibration is rising. And so we need to be extra careful with how we're spending that energy, how we're sharing that energy, the energies that we surround ourselves with, the energies that we take in, because those are all affecting our vibration, and it is very sensitive right now. So do this, shield yourself, clear yourself regularly. If you guys want to know more about how to do that, check out the live that I did the other day. We went into, there was a whole portion of that, and somewhere near the beginning of the video, where we went over different ways to shield and clear your energy. That should be fairly easy to find. That was only a few days ago that we did that live. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a beautiful day. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. My email is down below with the description of the different services that I offer. If you want to do any one-on-one work with me, please reach out. If you like this video, hit that like button. Drop a comment. Let me know how things are resonating for you, how you're feeling, how your day is going. I love hearing from you guys. So much love, infinite love and appreciation for each and every single one of you.